Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Hosts Show 101. I am your host, your ghost host, West Troop, and I am back with another episode. This time we're gonna make our way over to Tomorrowland for the first time in our show's history. 1955, Disneyland's Tomorrowland to be exact. And Tomorrowland was a little bit different back in the day. We're going to look at one of the first exhibits that inhabited some space in Tomorrowland. Depending on what years you might have seen it, it's pretty old school, but you may know it as two different things. So we're going to look at Space Station X-1, or we might know it as the satellite view of America. Let's do this thing. In Disneyland, the original Tomorrowland seen when the park opened was much different than it is today. There were actually many more exhibits than rides in the early days. One of those was Space Station X-1. The exhibit would be a diorama which was created by artists and Imagineers Peter Ellenshaw and Claude Coates. It was a walk-through exhibit which would give guests the illusion they were orbiting Earth in a space station, giving them a view of the planet from outer space. In reality, the painting was what North America looked like from 90 miles above. It would also show both day and nighttime views. For the exhibit, Imagineers relied on aerospace engineer Wernher von Braun's theories about rockets and satellites to create the station. Space Station X-1 invited guests to view the world from above on the park's opening day, July 17, 1950. To enter the exhibit, you'd pass the ticket booth with a mannequin wearing a spacesuit known as Spaceman K7. The exhibit cost 10 cents or an A ticket to enter. Guests entered and exited from enclosed ramps that looked like tunnels. Once inside, you could stand in the center area, which would slowly turn. The inside was made to look like a circular space station. The diorama was a huge painting of the Earth viewed from space. The lighting would change from day to night and back. The clouds would move over the surface, and the walls of the space room were black with pinpoint stars. At one point on the surface, you could even see a huge forest fire with smoke. There were storms and lots of intricate detail on the painting. 3 years after the exhibit debuted in 1958, Imagineers revised the attraction and used new information about Earth after the first actual U.S. satellite, the Explorer 1, was placed into orbit, and changed the name of the attraction to Satellite View of America. Satellite View of America gave guests a look at Earth for about 2 years more until it closed on February 17, 1960, being replaced by the Art of Animation display. Even though it only lasted for 5 years, those who got to experience Space Station X-1 and Satellite View of America said it was a very memorable experience. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another HitchHiking Host Show 101 very soon about another Tomorrowland attraction, as well as the regular HitchHiking Host Show that we see every week, the news show, trending topics. We're going to be back next week, or this coming week, obviously. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/HitchHostShow, and of course you can follow on the Twitter and the Instagram at HitchHostShow. And if you want to listen to the show, or you are listening to the show, you can do so at Podbean, hitchhostshow.podbean.com, or download the show on iTunes or Stitcher. Just search under the HitchHiking Host Show or West Troop. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back, hurry back.
for the next episode. See ya.